What's going on, everyone? Gormy here. Today, I am going to be bringing something up that I think, if added to FM23, would make this area of the game much, much better. Today, we're going to be talking about the Data Hub. The Data Hub was a new addition within FM22, and I think, even though it is a good addition to the game, there are a lot of missing parts to this section of what could be an absolute game changer for most managers who play FM. So that is what we will be going over in today's video. If you guys happen to enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As subscribing is 100% free, so why not hit that sub button? Without further ado, let's get into the video. So like I previously said, the Data Hub was a new addition to the game this year, and it brought with it a lot of analysis. Really, that is what it came down to. We had some charts that we got to look at. You were able to look at your general team performance, team attacking, team defending. You could look at data for your goalkeepers, see where they ranked within whatever league you were managing in. Same with your defenders, midfielders, forwards. You could see how they were with their passing, their tackling, their goal scoring, aerial duels, whatever it may be. It was covered within these charts. You also had team reports that you were able to look at and see how you were doing. And you also had a shot chart to where you could see where your team was taking a majority of their shots from. And you were able to see where they were scoring a majority of their goals from as well. Another thing they were able to see was XG charts, your XG match story, and see how you fared throughout the match. As well as a pass map. A pass map was pretty important to see how your team shaped up when moving the ball around and going into the attacking final third, and you could really see how your build-up play was happening. But one thing that really annoyed me about the Data Hub is that all of that is analysis. You get to analyze all of that. You get a bunch of charts to look at. Where's the real true data at? You may be wondering right now, okay, why is Gormy at the competition screen? Well, you got to go to the competition screen. You then got to click on the league that you are in. You then have to go to stats and go to team detailed or player detailed. And this is where you get the actual data. This is where you find out your average possession, who is winning the most headers within the league, who has the best heading ratio, who has the best form, who's won the most games in a row. This is where all the raw data actually is. It's got all your attacking data right here down the left-hand side, all the way from goals, all the way down to possession lost. Then you also have your defending, which they cover from conceded all the way down to shots on target against. And they also cover attendance and finances. And the thing about that last screen, that's just the team detailed. Now we're into the player detailed, and there is so much more that is here that is raw data that isn't even in the Data Hub. So you got the general coverage from appearances down to possession lost by player. Then you also have attacking with goals all the way down to who gets fouled the most. Then you have defending with team conceded all the way down to who commits the most fouls. It even covers goalkeepers in depth from conceded all the way down to penalties saved. So if you're struggling with pens, you can find that goalkeeper that is going to give you the highest opportunity of having those pens saved for your side. And what is wild about this is that this is all data, and it's not in the Data Hub. The Data Hub is all analysis right now. It's all charts that we get to look at. Everything that I just showed you right there is raw data. That raw data should be within the Data Hub. And I think that SI, if they see this, could definitely implement the team detailed stats and the player detailed stats into the Data Hub to make it a complete Data Hub. It would make it much easier, because if you were going from looking for a player that is, okay, I want the best aerial dueling center back possible, you look to see, all right, ranking wise from the Data Hub analysis, with those charts and everything, okay, who is the top 5 on winning the most aerial duels and having the best chance at winning those aerial duels? And then you also would go to player detailed and see, okay, who is getting the most headed goals as well? Who is getting the most clearances also? And you try and kind of take all of that data and find the perfect center back for what you are looking for. And that is a great aerial dueling center back that is going to help you both defensively and offensively. Right now, you have to go to two completely different parts to find it. And I mean, some people may not even know that you have to do that. Why not just have it all in one spot in the data hub when it is, in fact, data? So I'm going to use the goalkeepers here for an example. Ederson is a phenomenal goalkeeper, but I want a goalkeeper that I can bring in, for example, to use them in the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, whatever it may be, the Club World Cup as well. And I don't want to have Ederson playing 70 freaking games in a season. I want him to be able to take some time off to where we have the best Ederson possible. Now, you can look, like I said, all the way from conceded, all the way down to penalty saved, and that's what we're going to do here. And I'm going to highlight a player that otherwise, if you did not look at the player detailed stats, you wouldn't know how good of a season he had. And that is Tim Krull. Tim Krull did very, very well. He helped Norwich finish in 9th place within this season that I have here. And Tim Krull, like I said, did phenomenal. He conceded the same amount of goals as Ederson with 29. You go to clean sheets, Tim Krull had 10. So he was within the top 10 goalkeepers, very solid. Saves held, he was 5th with 75. He had more saves held than Ederson by a landslide as well. Tim Krull was in 5th, Ederson was in 18th. Saves parried, you then look to see where he is. He is one beneath Ederson. He's in 15th, and he only had one save parried less than Ederson at 46. Conceded per minute, Tim Krull is in 7th. Yes, he's conceding a goal per 90, but in a team that is Man City instead of Norwich, he's probably doing exactly what Ederson is doing at a 0.76. Then you look at expected goals per 90 minutes, and they were expected to score 1.46 against Tim Krull, and he was only allowing 1.04. So he is outperforming that as well. And I mean, Ederson was at a 0.8 something. So he's definitely doing just as good of a job as Ederson in a much weaker side. And Tim Krull, for expected goals prevented, was in 2nd right behind Jordan Pickford, basically at 12, preventing 12 goals. He was in 3rd for saves per 90 minutes, while having 5 saves per 90 minutes. That's a pretty decent average throughout the season. And he was basically getting what his expected saves per 90 were at a 5.3. You won't get this data in the data hub. You have to come to the player detailed screen, which you have to go to competitions, click the league, then hit the drop down under stats, and then you finally get to this section. You put this in data hub, you can actually analyze and find out that, oh, Tim Krull is doing a phenomenal job, just as good basically as Ederson in a much weaker side. So if you are playing a Moneyball style and you're looking at the stats and you have the attribute masking on to where you don't see any of the attributes, Tim Krull probably statistically would be a better bet right now. Tim Krull even had the highest save percentage at 83%, and his expected save percentage was 88%. So 83% save percentage when expected to save 88%, that is absolutely incredible numbers. And once again, you wouldn't know any of this unless you went to the player detailed screen. You wouldn't know that Norwich performed incredibly well with with an incredible goalkeeper in Tim Krull, unless you went to player detailed and team detailed, and you don't get any of those numbers really within the data hub. You have to go to the individual stats under the team detailed, player detailed to find any of this. If they add this to the data hub, it's an absolute game changer. Absolute game changer. There's no reason why that data is not in the data hub. If they implement this into the data hub, this will make the data hub probably the second most important part within FM for all of us managers. I mean, the most important part is transfers and scouting. You need to make sure that you have the perfect product on the pitch. And the data hub, with all this implemented in it, it's your one-stop shop to be able to make the transfers and scouting easier for yourself. So maybe it's not the second most important. Maybe it would become the most important, to where anything you could possibly need to know is in that data hub. If they implement this, it's absolutely game-changing. So that about covers everything that I want to cover here in today's video. If you guys did happen to enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. More FM23 content coming your guys' way very soon. Until next time, have a good one. Bye-bye.